Welcome to the Department of Transport. We're here to make your practical driving assessment go as smoothly as possible. Take a seat, and when it's time, your assessor will call your name.
Hi, I'm Bev.
Have your learner's permit or proof of identity and your completed logbook ready, with the declaration on the last page signed by your supervisor. It's always a good idea to complete more than the required 50 hours of supervised driving to make sure you are prepared and confident to sit the test. If you need to wear prescription glasses, make sure you bring them on the day. Your assessor will ask a few questions and you'll be asked to sign the authorization for the PDA to be voice recorded.
This tablet records our voices while we're driving. Is that okay with you? Yeah, that's good. Yeah?
Now the PDA begins.
All right. To the car. Okay, Lily, I'm just going to check over your car first. If you want to hop in, just wind the window down a little bit so you can hear me. Yeah?
First up, your assessor will conduct a roadworthy check of your vehicle. They'll make sure your rego is up to date, that your brake lights and indicators are working.
Okay, Lily, indicate right. Put your foot on the brake and let it go.
And there are no warning lights on the dashboard. Make sure that your tyres have at least 1.5 millimeters of tread.
Okay, indicate left.
Your car needs to have a centrally mounted park brake and make sure the floor and rear view mirror are free of any obstructions. If you fail to meet any of these criteria, your assessor may terminate your PDA and you'll need to rebook, which could be at your own cost.
Okay, Lily, before we start, I have to give you a standard rundown, okay? All right. During this assessment, I'll be watching you drive. In order to pass, you have to show me that you're driving to the standard set by the Department of Transport. Yep. We'll be doing some exercises along the way, but I'll ask you to pull over before each one and tell you exactly what it is I want you to do. Okay? Yep. I'll be giving you directions, either left or right. I'll use my hands as well, but if I'm not saying anything, you need to continue on the street that you're on.
We're almost ready to get the PDA underway. Now is your chance to raise any concerns or questions you have. Our assessors are trained to help you through nerves or anxiety, but they can't give you any advice on how you should drive. Also, make sure you disclose any hearing difficulties, language barriers, or disability that may impede understanding the assessor's instructions. The assessor will be watching to make sure that you are checking your blind spots and using the mirrors correctly, and that you always have correct hand placement on the wheel. Other things to look out for include correct use of indicators and vehicle accessories, like the window wipers or demister, if they are needed. You'll also be assessed on how you fit in with traffic and stick to the posted speed limit, as well as smooth gear changes if you're driving a manual. If the assessor finds you are not meeting the requirements at any time during the test, you'll be asked to return to the centre. The assessor will use their tablet throughout the assessment to take notes, but make sure you don't look down at the tablet when you are driving. Your PDA will include 2 exercises that we call stopping for shopping and left something behind. Each exercise combines 2 low-speed manoeuvres in an everyday driving situation.
We're going to do our first exercise. It's called stopping for shopping.
For example, during stopping for shopping, your assessor will ask you to drive to a nearby car park. Keep left when driving through the car park and be aware of people with trolleys and prams in the area. When you get there, you can find yourself a space where you can do a forward park manoeuvre. You will then exit the parking space. Then you'll need to drive through the car park to find yourself a suitable spot to conduct a reverse park manoeuvre. If you need to adjust your park, Remember to look behind you for other cars and people before moving the vehicle. The second exercise will begin at the side of the road, where you'll be asked to begin driving along the road.
Okay, Lily.
We're going to do the left something behind exercise.
Remember to check mirrors and your blind spot and use your indicators when you leave the curb. After some distance, your assessor will tell you that they have left something behind.
Lily, I've left something behind.
You will need to return to where the exercise began by completing a series of maneuvers, which could include using a driveway to turn around or conducting a U-turn. It's up to you. When using a driveway to turn around, choose which driveway you use wisely. Be sure to look out of your back window and keep an eye out for pedestrians before you reverse out of the driveway. When doing the exercises, be sure to follow directions, check your blind spots and windows, indicate correctly, and be in control of the vehicle. Once you have completed your second exercise and the assessor has had a chance to assess your driving skills, it's time to return to the centre to find out how you went.
Lily, well done. You've met the standard. Congratulations.
Thank you. I do have some feedback though, so I need you to listen, okay? Alright.
Once back at the centre, your assessor will offer you some feedback on your driving if you would like that advice. You're allowed to make some mistakes during a PDA, but your assessor can advise on how to fix those mistakes before they become a habit.
And there was one missing indicator on the roundabout. Other than that was really, really well done. Congratulations. Thank you.
If you weren't successful this time, don't give up. Take your assessor's feedback on board, spend some more time practicing your driving skills, and try again. Ask one of our customer service officers for the free Driving Techniques for Safer Drivers guide, which has some hints and tips and even includes some practice PDAs in the back. When you are ready, you can book and pay for your next PDA through your .direct account. If you've met the requirements to pass your PDA, it's time to get your provisional license. One of our customer service officers will process the fee and capture your photo and signature for your license card. Now, the only thing left to do is grab a selfie with your P-plates.